and everybody. Welcome to another and a very special Smoke and Mirrors. Today's episode is brought to you by disability. I know a lot of you think you're not going to get it, but guess what? You are not an able-bodied person. You are temporarily abled, and in fact, we refer to you as a temp. So this episode is brought to you by Temps. And now, here's a song. The Ides of March are racist, and Danny boy, don't go to Boston, 'cause they lynch niggers there. Okay, I don't know. Okay, all right, here they are, your venerable host, Carlos Karim Wyndham. Congratulations on already demonetizing the episode that quick. Good job, you. I forgot what new sound effect we're using for. Is it party or? I don't know. I can't. Because we lost the horn. Hi, and welcome to an episode. I was, the memories and how horrible on Facebook memories have gotten. I today came across a thing that I don't think could be called an episode that happened of me talking into a phone last year around this time about just spending some time to kick it. And maybe one or two of you have been here since then. Bless you and thank you. And why? Anyway, it's not available on Facebook, and it is not available on YouTube, nor shall it be. That said, we've been doing this for over a year now, is also what is true about that, although it has not been smoke and mirrors for all that time. One of the things I do love about it is that we did get to spend some time beneath the philosopher's tree, and guess what? Bang! On Tuesday, the next one, that's the 23rd, I'm going to be here with Alonzo Chadwick. Alonzo Chadwick is a vocalist, is a singer, is a community organizer in the Pacific Northwest, specifically here in Portland of the Oregon, and has a new position doing some vocal coaching, and has some brilliant musics, and is a person who is connected to this community and somebody who I think we need to talk to. It's fun to talk to my friends who are super more known in other ways, but it's even more important to talk to the people I know who you need to know, and he's one of them. And so now you're going to know him. It's going to be great. We'll be here on Tuesday. On April the 1st, I'm doing a thing. It's a public engagement, a facilitation. The whites call it a workshop. You're doing the work. I'm not. You can shop for it. You can register for it. That would be great. It is Beyond DEI, Confronting White Affirmative Action and Anti-Blackness in Professional Spaces. I will be doing this alongside my colleague and co-host with the co-most, Teresa Logan, and Subduction Consulting. This begins April 1st. There will be 3 sessions. Register today or tomorrow or sometime before April 1st. Our payment scale is like this. It goes like this. If you are white, please just pay. You can ask your workforce to come up with that money if you are a little bit short on it. And otherwise, ask a friend or a relative or an associate. Find a way to pay. For folks of color, hey, guess what? And also for white people, don't tell everybody. We have a sliding scale, and pay what you are able, in particular for Black women and femmes, Indigenous women and femmes. If what you are able is the donation of your time, that is very generous and more than enough. Your very presence makes a difference, and you already know that, so don't even worry. What else? There's a thing else I'm supposed to say too. Oh, it's this. I'll say that in a second. I don't want to say that yet. It's to follow the thing and all the, but it gets right like this is the beginning, and then if the beginning is just like, oh look, it's like watching a slideshow or a PowerPoint for work, then what the fuck fun is that? So that's no good. Do you have a warm bevy? I have a pretend one. Hot. It's not just water. Trained thespian, cast me. Listen. Now I can tell. Oh wait, no. Let's smoke one more together. Let's do that because. I know what I was going to tell you. I know what I was going to tell you. I was going to tell you that what we're going to be talking about today. Right. Because we're YouTube now, and they're supposed to. You got to at the top say what you do, and then you do it like a thesis paper, like the whites. Anyway, So, if you saw the joke in the crawl today, it was that's my second MS joke that I've written. I talk funny. I don't have jokes that often. I just say true things, and if I say it like it's delightful, it's funny. So, but the true thing is that if you are in need of sclerosis, you can just hold your britches because I've got multiple. I got one for you. Don't worry about it. I was selfish and I am an overachiever, and that's why I have so many. One of the things about my multiple sclerosis that is true, folk who have known me for some period of time know a thing about me that is both a symptom and a self-healing agent that has been true for most of my adult life, and that has to do with my consumption of cannabis. Many people think that when those of us who have chronic conditions talk about it being prescribed, that we're joking or it's funny or ha 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 hee hee, whatever. It's not that way. So two things. I do have the some of the AD and I have a little bit of the HD. And when I combine those with the MS, then that alphabet soup means that fun game for me to slow my mind to a place where I'm not thinking 15 different things instead of the thing in front of me, then I smoke, and it slows me down enough that I'm not firing off on a bunch of other shit. And also sometimes it hurts to have a chronic physical condition and flare. Those are the worst. Everybody's shows up different, and mine shows up in pains. And the thing is about nerve pain that has nowhere to go, which is kind of what a mess is. It can show up anywhere it wants to, and for no reason, and there's nothing you can do. And sometimes it feels like a gnome with a pickaxe just climbing their way around and deciding they're going to camp out for the day. It's fun. Point being, I have been using cannabis for all of my adult life. And only in the past 5 years of that have known specifically why it does not impact me in exactly the same way it does those with whom I smoke. So if you go back and you see shows where I think there are 4 or 5 shows where someone had come here to smoke. It's not a smoking show. I'll smoke with you if you want. At some point in each one of those 4 conversations, the words, "Oh my God, I'm so high," may have been uttered by the guest under the philosopher's tree. Thing is this, yeah, it's going to happen. It's not a game for me. I'm just going to smoke. So smoke what you like. Don't, if you don't. Now you know the secret as to how come when I'm talking the talks by myself, I can keep it a little bit organized with the help of Joshua. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Fatima, thank you, sis. And of course, producer Tracy on the other end of these intertubes. That is the secret. And today we're going to talk more about black people, black artists living with disabilities. And again, to be very clear, you are temps. You are temps. You will have, if you have not now, if you don't know what they are, you will have a disability. It's going to happen. It's just part of the journey of life, being in the automobile. Once you become vintage, things have to be upgraded and fixed and replaced. And sometimes they can't be. And then the car drives funny. So, my guess seems to sad as though that might be something that might be true. So let's smoke, and then let's say the dumb thing we got to say, and then let's bring her on. Let's do the things. She's not here to watch me do a monologue. This isn't secretly just a way for me to make one friend at a time sit there and watch me do stand-up. Hey, this is Smoke and Mirrors. Do you like what we do? Well, listen, so many ways you could support us. You could, first of all, enjoy it. You just enjoy it, you little kitten, you. You're precious. You're already doing that. The other things that you could do, though, is you could like it. You could, oh, wow. Okay, there went the words. That was fast. You could subscribe. You could share it. Subscribe. See, that's what happened earlier. I was saying subscribe and share. Subshare. You could subshare it. It would be fantastic. If you're on Facebook, you could even make yourself a little viewing party. Do they still do that? I don't know. I think we've stopped doing that in the pandy, haven't we? Hey, are you on the tubes of you? Well, go ahead and like and subscribe and ring a bell or hit the bell or I don't know. Listen, just if you're on YouTube, do the YouTube culture things. Hey, past that, if you find any value in what this is and you really, really, really feel like you need to contribute to the effort, you can. I will not ever bogart. It's always going to be free. But if you wanted to, you could drop 5 on it at the Venmo at Carlos-Wyndham, at the Cash App at $CK Wyndham, PayPal /me.CK Wyndham, and very, 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 very lastly, you could become a patron of the arts. It right now is the moment where it could happen to you. We're coming up with some, I swear to you, really great things that are going to be happening with the patrons and in particular with the $20 club. It is going to be so dope. Do you have listen, $1 is a patron. $1 is a patron. And I'll give you a shout out. You'll see your name in the ticker right there. I'm not going to read them all right now because I'm telling you, we got plans. You ever heard of a book? Well, we're going to read one. I don't know which one yet, but we're going to have a book club because I realized I read books and I don't know if other people do anymore. But you know what? Listening to a book and reading a book are very similar experiences and just as valid. One is just as valid as the next. They are different though. It's listening to a record versus listening on Spotify. If you're listening to an album, you're going to read the cover. You're going to look at liner notes. You're going to do a little research. You're going to have an opinion. And if you're listening on Spotify, you're going to vacuum or masturbate. I don't know. But you're probably not going to be doing liner notes. So it's just, all I'm saying is we're going to get into it. And out of the masturbation, we're going to be doing some mental inner course. My God, this went really off the rails. Joshua, can we just take that back? Cut that whole last part out. I don't even know what the hell that was about, honey. I don't know. Maybe it's because I look good. It could be. Could be. All right. What? Yeah, I know. I was about to. We have guests today. This is a friend of mine. I got to say one more thing before I bring them on, because I don't need to involve them in this. And you've heard me say this one other time, and maybe two. And so this is going to be the third, and then I'm going to stop. When last we chatted, I have a policy here. If there's anything you don't want to chat about, tell me, and then I'm going to not. And I said that, and then I didn't do that. I sort of did that, but it got murky. It got murky that both of us felt a little murky about it after. And then we felt okay, but then we checked in with our family, and then it got murky again. And so then I had to straighten it out. And so, as I've said before, you'll never, ever, ever, ever see that episode. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's not in a vault. It's not anywhere. It's gone. But the conversation was so goddamn good. And you deserve to hear the voice of this person. And we have other things we get to talk about too. And as I said today, we're going to talk about our wellness and our self-care and our ability and our disability and all the other good shit. Please welcome back under the philosopher's tree, my very good and dear friend of many years, author, womanist, iconoclast, Tiffany Golden. Tiff, where you at? Oh, see, I don't know my buttons. I forgot all my buttons. Girl, I am so sorry.
It's okay.
They was applauding you. And me and Joshua forgot how to bring you on. We gonna give you some more applause even. Look at this. What? That's lovely.
Thank you.
How are you, friend?
I'm doing real good.
Are you really?
Yeah.
In the pandy?
You know, I think I'm just getting at the point where I'm like, oh, it would be nice to do X, Y, or Z.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for the last year, I've been like, this has been nice.
Right? It like all the temps getting a window in and making it accessible for everybody.
Like, yeah, this is nice. This really works for me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So what in particular about this has been working for you so much? When you're saying that to me, what do you mean this is working for you?
Well, I consider myself like an indoor cat type of person.
Yes.
And so, outdoors is like, and I've been like that since I was little. Like outside, I mean, it's all right. It's shit happening out there, but I don't need to be there. So I've always been a child who could definitely entertain myself. I enjoyed playing with matches when I was little, reading books.
Wait. Playing with matches. What kind of bullshit was you doing playing with matches? What were you doing?
You know what? When I was younger in the 70s, they were just these wood matches.
Oh, you mean the good ones?
The good ones.
Oh, you're talking about the ones in the box.
That red, yeah, they had that red tip with the white tip on them.
Yeah, those expensive ones.
And you would just strike them. And that sulfur would just crackle. And I would just let it burn right till it got down to my fingertips. And I would be like, oh, I love it.
The risk.
Yes.
Yeah. Was that ever? That wasn't like a self-harm bullshit. It was the sulfur and the risk.
No, I really liked the smell of sulfur. I really liked it. And I really liked I liked the heat until I got burned, and then I was not happy anymore. I was like, yeah.
Right.
I take it, but can I take it? I'm one of them people for real. I'm like,
one of our viewers, Kristen, says 70s kids are all pyros. Which
yeah.
I mean, fair enough. Listen, we did not.
We did not.
We lost video on you, Tiff. I don't see you. I hear you though.
My mom is calling me.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, love it when a parent calls. Mostly.
Mom, come on.
Mama blowing it up.
Yeah, well, I live with my mom, so it's very different than like she'll just be like, she calls me Tay. I saw something about Jerry Potter. You know how moms
right. Or else one of her friends put her on and was like, you know that girl over here talking about burning herself up in the 70s, right? You know these children is out here talking shit about us again. Little generation Nick.
Do you want some guacamole on your burrito? And she's like, it's not. Yes, please.
I would love some guacamole. That would be fantastic.
It's like with your parents, you be like, it's not like you don't correct them, but it's just.
Girl. Listen, what was the last time I ended up in a conversation where there was an ask? I wasn't trying to be corrective. Do you know what I mean? But a question was asked, and I think I just decided, okay, you want to know? Let's talk. And it was one of those like, so what? Tell me, why all of you motherfuckers won't go to therapy so much? What you get from therapy anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me make a list. Do you know what I mean? It was kind of one of those talks like, oh, really, Dad? I got very Frasier on it. Just like, Dad, you don't understand with your old chair sitting over here, and I'm just over there. It got very...
yeah.
Bless. And I've said to many adults, like, live with your adult parents. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I like that we go to therapy. I love that our generation really made it, like, look, things got fucked up, okay?
Listen.
And it happens. Happened to you, happened to your mama, happened to all the ancestors before you. It's
you didn't do it.
To work on it. Okay?
That's all.
No judgment. Just I'm gonna do my share because that's what I can do.
The no judgment side eye. The no judgment side. No judgment. I think that's Generation X's bless your heart.
Yeah.
No judgment.
I don't think, me personally, I can only say I don't think that I could have survived as well like my mother's generation.
Oh no, hell no.
And I know like even previous generations, the way that my whole me is set up.
Girl, can you, I'm saying I've known you. I can't imagine a circumstance under which you got some man having to sign off for you to get some credit card. Are you serious right now? Saying it's okay for Tiff to drive. Fuck out of here.
I can't even imagine.
And it just grosses me out, the idea that I would have to like.
mean, and also like
And I would have
the
to.
of acceptable abuse. You know what I mean? Like
The
you just gonna
dipping out.
get abused.
You
Like
just gonna dip
don't
out.
you don't get abused. You know what I mean? Like the whole like you don't get abused. Oh well,
What you mean you don't get abused at work
or at home,
or at home?
in the hospital. Like what you mean?
Where,
Well, something wrong with you then.
how is it that it was perfectly acceptable and we all knew what it meant if someone showed up with a black eye and talked about they fell into a door? What? That was just a known factor. That was just known. Fell into a door.
I fell down the stairs.
Nukra. We knew which houses it was. Mine wasn't the cool house. It was just the safe house. That's all.
Right.
That's all. And by safe, it meant no one was going to be physically touched. So that, you know, it was going to be some nice, good, benevolent neglect. Don't even worry about it. It's just fine.
As long as you keep yourself entertained, you're gonna be all right.
Don't you worry about what you're doing in that
learn how to make some
backyard.
sugar toast.
Just get out of the house. That's right. You're going to learn sugar toast and a wish sandwich with some barbecue sauce on it. Make it taste like meat.
Yeah. I also think our generation, like we, you know, our parents, you know, worked and, you know, latchkey kids, and we had to raise ourselves and get raised by TV a lot, but we got to go outside and, you know.
Yeah, I may have related to WandaVision just a little too deeply. It may have made just a little too much sense to me. They're like, yeah. Everything should be like a sitcom. Wrap up, go to bed. Fuck it, go to bed. It'll be fine in the morning. Go to bed. We'll be back next week.
You know what though? You know what was really difficult for me? And you just saying that made me think about it. Like when I started my healing journey, I thought that it was supposed to wrap up. Like you start dealing with whatever issue it is, you know, whatever trauma you got or whatever, however you got it.
Right.
And you just have to deal with it like one time. And I'm not saying like go to therapy once, but like say you dealt with it for like 3 months or whatever, or until you felt better, right? And then it don't come up no more. Like
and triggers, then it's a wrap.
Exactly. Then it's like a neat little bow on it, and you can put it on your shelf and be like, "Oh, I went through that."
Mm-hmm. I remember that one time. I remember that one time that this came up,
and now everything's better. Yeah, it don't have work like that.
Oh no,
and that was
hunty.
Exciting to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that don't work, and that the nuclear family is a lie. That one is a challenge. Do you know?
Say a little bit more.
This whole boy girl picket fence. Everybody got an understandable trajectory of life, which looks like you like I used to think like once you, like you said, once you did some shit, it was checked off.
Right.
Once you did some shit, that's checked off. Got it. I was married. Boom. Done. Check. Got it. I'm not married. What is it? Oh, okay. But I got a house though. I don't say word. Say word. And yeah, and the same thing with ability, right? Like I know what's going on with me. I know my body. I know myself. I know what's up. And then all of a sudden shit goes just a little bit left of where you thought it was going to. Yeah, I want to move that phrase because I like the left. It goes a little bit right of what you thought was going to happen.
My friend would say, "Go, Katie Kaboom."
Yeah. Listen, And so is that combination for me of watching the mythology of the suburban ideology of a family that again was built on this settler colonialist nonsense, right? Of not living in any kind of a village, but living in the sorts of independence
Right.
that foster all of the sorts of abuses which you were just mentioning, because the isolation that is now a requisite creation of an abuser in a connective society and connected society, right? Interdependence
Yeah.
was just what was real on the frontier. That's just what it was. Ain't nobody else around. This is it. What you gonna do? Right? And when somebody's in that position, when somebody who has been fucked over by a system, who is male, who believes that they deserve other, and has no emotional range or capacity to have a conversation about sad and being it,
Yeah.
then resorts to the tools that they were told that they have available,
Yeah.
which are limited in but three,
Yeah.
right? The killing, the raping, or the stealing.
Yeah.
It creates a conundrum. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's a conundrum for everybody, and it's not that the abusers are not abused as well, but it's abused in idea, right? It's the gaslighting of a system and a structure that often leads to it, and that's the part of it that for me is like, well, yeah, but and so I'm working on that. I'm in therapy.
You get therapized. I need to turn off my video for just a second to plug my phone in.
Listen, you do that. I'm on screen. I got you.
Okay, hold on.
I got you. Don't worry, boo boo.
Hold on.
Oh, this is a chance for us to smoke. Look, she ain't even here. Don't worry about it. Mama gone. Auntie gone right now. So we're gonna be.
Okay, let me see if I.
Did y'all see Auntie's hair today? Holy cow!
Let me see.
The
How do I
hair
get the?
and a lip situation was happening too. I'm telling you. Hold on. Okay, don't. Okay, nobody tell that I was bragging on how good Tiffany looked today. Don't tell. Hey now.
You.
Stop it.
You better stop.
You better stop. So, 70s child.
Yeah.
What in? Well, let me ask you, what in the WandaVision brought you to a place of reckoning with the actual pain and the fact that it's a relationship, right? To be built, not a thing to be dealt with or finished. But how have you worked through that? Come to that. Or is the hex still up? Is the hex still up?
I think the thing that really made me have that kind of epiphany is
Tiffany's
about
Epiphanies. Tiffany's Epiphanies, everybody. That's the new segment. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
is that about the third round of dealing with, either like sexual abuse or just kind of like my issues with church and stuff like that, like how it came up again after I'd done all this work. So it's like I did all this work. I did all of this, and you realize like, damn, like there's so many layers to like when you've been through something. You know what I mean? Like there was this whole like having to get yourself back. And then there's this place of having to protect that young you, and rebuilding that relationship with yourself, and rebuilding just trust with yourself. Like, I don't have to uh, jump out my body when stuff when I'm scared.
Ooh, girl.
I can stay I can stay here and I can face it. I mean, that in and of itself takes years
Mm.
for me. Some people might be on a internship with that, and might take a few months. I don't know, but it's definitely been on some decades for your girl.
Right.
And then there's this deeper question that happens, that, like, having a disability for me brought up issues of worth, and it brought up issues of, like, damn, there are things that I cannot do that I used to be able to do, that make me sad. It makes me have, like, wrestle with depression. And then there's, like, this whole, because I was raised in church, so there's this whole thing about church that even if I didn't have a disability, even if I wasn't Black, even if all these other things, I would still be made to feel like I was unworthy of God's love.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
it's so, like...
You mean like you had to earn God's love? How do you mean?
I mean, like, the way that spirit and God was given to me growing up was that, was Baptist, that God is this God that basically tolerates you at best.
Mm.
God don't even really like you that much. And it's only because of Jesus that you even get a second chance, because God was already done with you.
Okay.
Because you wasn't about nothing, no way. And you was already born into sin, so it's like you was born fucked up. So it wasn't even no way for you to, like, catch up. And it's only because of Jesus that you even get, like, any kind of, like, chance. But you definitely is a sinner, and, like, you can't do nothing without that. I mean, nothing. You're just like, but
so that's not like the through God all things are possible kind of gospel, right? That sounds like this idea of, like, wrapping up like the Old Testament guilt that our Jewish brothers and sisters and nibblings have to carry, right? With the fucked up guilt that our Catholic nibblings and folks are dealing with around, but Jesus died for your sin, right? And I mean, but for that to be in the Baptist tradition, right? Then there's this piece of me that's like, okay, but what happened to the element of Negro spirituality within that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, where was the divine feminine? Where was the Negro spiritualist? Where was the oracle? Where was the diviner, if you will, within that community, if there was such a thing? Or am I just wishing for too much for little Tiffany?
I think that, and this is, I mean, it feels very convoluted for me trying to explain this. I mean, but I feel like there really wasn't. What I did have, and this is, I guess, the irony, maybe I'm using this wrong, is that all the women that I knew were strong.
Okay.
All the women that I knew were basically black women who held it down,
Mm-hmm.
who 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 held it down often without props, who who made the hard choices, who did a lot of the providing without the appreciation
Mm.
and often the dismissal and often being condescended to and you know and not valued. So there's like this whole like thing of like, okay, so there's that thing, and then you're black in society, and
Mm.
they definitely don't give a fuck about you there. I mean, they
Mm.
make that shit obvious, like, and you're like, damn, and then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, um, and then there's like your nuclear family stuff, and you're just like, okay, well, oof, I grew up during a time when, hey, you was gonna get fucked up. I mean,
Right.
that's just
Right.
what
Right.
it was. It wasn't personal.
Yeah.
Everybody got fucked up during that time. Okay.
Listen.
When she say, "Don't take it personal."
Please look. My mama repented for that shit late in life. Okay. I swear to God, if anytime anybody ever hear me talking about my mama, bless her soul, rest her soul, I ain't talking mess on my mama. I ain't calling her out her name. We've had these conversations. All right.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, when you brought up matches, I started having flashbacks because when we were playing with matches out behind the house in the bushes, and my baby brother burnt himself. This a boy about 3.5 years younger than me. And I think it was right at the cusp when it hit 4. Right. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like we're 4 years apart for like that long. And then it's three and a half
Right.
years, 3 years younger the whole time. Right. And he had blistered his finger. And my mother had found out what had been happening. And it was that my brother and sister were out in the back, just lighting off matches. Okay. Now I wasn't there, but it
Right.
may be said that that where she had learned to light off matches may have been from me. And as the eldest in the 70s, as you know, there's rules.
Right. You was responsible, my friend.
You in charge, motherfucker.
You the oldest.
So when I line your asses up and slap you across your face one at a time, and you watch the other two get theirs first, let me tell you something. It's because you was the oldest. Now, I don't believe that. I can say that like someone who believes it because it was said to me by
Right.
someone who deeply at the time believed it. And as I say, we talked about it later, and she, in the aughts and early teens, was quite horrified at her own behavior and found it a mystery, and that I deserved sainthood was her assessment of my ability to be there for my own child and the nieces.
Mm.
We grow through
Yeah.
therapy.
Through
Through
therapy.
therapy. Through therapy. To have that
It gives us
conversation makes you go,
more room to bloom.
you hope. You hope. It's rough stuff. It's rough. When things get good. The thing is, too, you're right, because things get good to you, right? And then it's real easy to be like, nah, I'm good, and just dip, be done. And remembering that it is literally maintenance. So if it gets good, now go. Now go. And also, things are not going to be this way forever. Things change. Change is life. So please go.
Yes.
Please go.
And enjoy it while it's good.
Savor it. It's delicious. Get a biscuit and sop it up in there. Do you know what I mean? Just
I
get
mean,
it.
like, I really love being in my 40s. I think that it is, and I hope I like being in my 50s too. I mean, we'll see. But I hope so because I will be there. So I hope.
Listen, I'll see you in October. I'm gonna let you know. I'm excited.
Yes,
I'm
because
excited.
the 40s really for me were like the my 30s were fun. They were challenging, and they really were like, here, I'm going to test all your girth,
Mm.
and can you handle this? And I'm like, of course not. Why would you even ask me that? You know, I can't handle this. I can't handle nothing. And then, you know, you get to your 40s and you're like, girl, you made it through all of that.
Mm.
But guess what? Everybody is cutting up all around you. So you're going to have some good boundaries. And at this point, you can see shit coming. So that's really the thing you didn't have in your 30s. You couldn't really see stuff coming. Like you could see the germination of stuff, and you'd be like, I'm not finna fool with that. See? All right, I'm out of here. No, I know what that grows into. I know what that is. Okay, well, bye.
Okay. No. Yeah, she said, well, bye. See, because as you was talking, I was like, ooh, there's a someone attached to this shit. Oh, good doggy.
I bid you adieu.
And a good day to you, my friend. Be well.
But it also, I think also with like getting back to disability stuff.
Yeah.
I think my 30s, I was really into, I'm just going to do it till the wheels falls off. I'm just going to, you know what?
No, not till the wheels fall off. Aww.
I'm just, and now listen, I don't know how long this body got. I don't.
Look it.
I don't. But I'm going to tell you what, Sugar needs some naps, and she needs some chocolate, and she needs her feet up, and she needs some ice packs. And let me tell you what else. I need all y'all to get out of my face, and I love you, and leave me alone. So I find myself like lovably grumpy, if that makes sense. Just like, yeah, I love you today, my friend.
Right.
I mean, it's here's the thing. Honestly, I never thought two things. I never thought that lupus would ravage my body like it did. I never thought that. You know, when I first got diagnosed, I was like 16 years old. And then I had a rough time from like 16 to 21. And then it seemed to go in remission for like 7 years, like until I was like 27, 28. But because it's stress induced, and because I was hell bent on having the most stressful partners ever, I was like, why do you get the most stressful people in your life?
Right.
And then I was like, oh, I'm having some health issues. Yeah, this is real. I cannot yoga this away. This is not something that I can green drink away and friggin' olive oil body cleanse away. You need to seriously sit down and rethink your situation. You know what I mean?
How long did you try to body cleanse it through?
Oh man, I did that shit for years and years and years. I was like getting like those blood samples and eating my blood type. I was doing like, you know, water fast, master cleanse. I was doing all kinds of. I was doing, you know, the CKLS cleanse. That was just like lemon juice and olive oil, and Let's see what else. Where you only eat raw food.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I never did Dr. Sebi. By the time I got around to Dr. Sebi, I was like, you know what?
Grown.
I can't do no more.
Listen, look it. I'm not saying that's. I was talking about that with somebody the other day, right? I think it was me and producer Tracy was talking about this. That in your 30s, and even through some of your early 40s, the idea. Listen, Hunty, I'm not mad. If you want to go to Whole Foods and you want to have a good time and empty out your wallet, you buy all some pills and oils and smell good, and do it. That's not medicine. That's not medicine. Shit hits the fan, you need medicine. That's not for diabetes. That's not for COVID. That's not for MS. That's not for lupus. That ain't for you. If you got a thing that the doctor said, hey, we need to have a very serious talk, the time for smoothies has passed.
Now, here's the thing.
Go.
I was mad at the doctor for like years, at least a decade. I was like, let me tell you something, motherfucker. You ain't going to sit up and tell me that my herbs and spices don't work on my body. You know, you think I'm going to take your medicine? Flip over the table. Let me tell you something. You think that this is a degenerative disease, and by me not addressing it, I'm going to do damage to my joints? How dare you?
How dare you in all of your audacity suggest that I can't willpower my way out of this? Do you not know the math, my brother? Open your third eye.
Have you not heard of herbs?
And listen, I'm not saying. Again, if you're watching this and you love the herbs, for just not the herbs, not the smoking herbs, but the herbs for your good, for your healthies and great. I've got Press Juice Gang right here. Guilty. Okay. What I know is it's just a way to drink some calories. It's not really, it's just fine. It's fine.
I think there are people that the way that the condition impacts their body is at a stage where it can be managed that way.
Yes. Yes. If it's very early and it works, do more.
Yeah. You know, that was not the case for me. And because I was being encouraged, you know what I mean, in the conscious community, who was very poo-poo about medicine, and I took on that, like, you Western medicine doctors and your poison to colonize my body. How dare you? It took me a long time to decide to do it, and by the time I did, the level of damage was crazy. So, and I'm not saying that the medicine didn't have no side effects that weren't harmful. I'm not saying that, because it did. But, you know, based on how long it took me to like really start taking it seriously, like this is a long-term condition that you need some support in suppressing your immune system because it's overactive. You need support, my friend.
Yeah.
And, you know, my knee was bone on bone by that time, you know, just from all the inflammation, and I had bone spurs in a lot of places. And, you know, when I was 37, I ended up having to get a knee replacement, which at that point they didn't want to give me one because they're like, you're so young. You know, we give these to people who are in their 50s and 60s and stuff like that.
And so black.
And so black.
We don't. We don't. We don't offer services. The negress wants a knee. The negress wants a knee.
You know,
Says it hurts.
she says it hurt.
Says it hurts.
You know, I mean, recently, you know, I think I told you the last time I talked to you, because I think I was just like 2 weeks post surgery the last time I talked to you.
You were.
And I had a full ankle replacement. And I was not able to walk like more than half a block for like at least 7 years. You know what I mean? And today was the first day that I did 10 minutes of stand-up exercise.
Like today?
Today.
Nice.
I mean,
come on now, look at you. Look at you.
I had a limp for the last decade, of which, you know, I've had to come to terms with, and I've had to like, this is just how I am, and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. And I've had acceptance, you know, journeys of acceptance of having to use a walker and a cane and all the things, all the assistive devices that I'm very fortunate to be able to use instead of like struggling. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Quick story, like when my dad told me one of my grandmother's brothers, and when we were talking about it, we think that he had an autoimmune condition like lupus or rheumatoid arthritis or something like that.
Okay.
The only way he could get around the house was to crawl on his forearms because his legs would be in so much pain. You know what I mean? So for me, I think, you know, being able to have, you know, my stair lift to make sure I get upstairs, and, you know, my cane and splints and all kinds of shit, you know, that helps me have a better quality of life. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel very fortunate. You know what I mean? Sometimes it sucks to need it, but I think you get to a place where you're just like, this is what it is.
Yeah. And
I'm, you know, fine. You know what I mean? I'm going to enjoy my life.
Yeah.
Because I have some really hard days. And I have some really good days. Well, I mean, they're like relatively, you know what I mean? Like, relatively good. But it really is about, for me, not having the sense of like toxic positivity. You know what I mean? Where you like, I'm like, girl, I'm not gonna be like not grumpy. Sometimes, you know, the shit hurt, goddamn it, and you know, sometimes I got to sit up and cry because I feel terrible.
Yes.
But I'm also so grateful to have found a way to still do the things that I love and still do the things that are important to me. And if I couldn't do those things, it would be much harder. You know what I mean? Like, it's important for me I'm glad I'm a writer. Because writing is something that, even when I've had troubles with my limbs, I've still been able to write. You know what I mean? And even when I was temporarily blind, that was difficult. I just found something else to do. You know what I mean? Like, I found something else to do. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of person I am. I'll find something else to do, because like having a sense of innate joy is important to me. You know what I mean? And it's mostly because at one point I tried to take my own life, And I decided I'm going to live. And because I make that choice, I want to make sure that my life is something I I guess I realize how how easy it is for it all to slip away. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it don't take much to like have it be gone. I mean, this
Yeah.
pandemic is one of those things. You see like 500,000 people gone who did not even know that that was going to happen.
No idea.
Who had no clue the 2 years before that they would be gone, or their family members didn't have no clue. So it's like, for me, when I chose to live, it's like I'm going to make the best out of whatever I got. That's just what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Like that's important to me. And that saves me a lot of times. Just I want to live a beautiful life. I want to live a life that shines light. And it doesn't have to be where I'm happy all the time, or I have a false sense of reality, but I am looking for the good. I mean, I kiki and, side eye and all this kind of stuff. And girl, better than me. I do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I want to live a beautiful life.
Yeah.
I want to live the life of a creator. Like that's just important to me. So
Well, and you live a life that matters so deeply to me. I will tell you, and I mean that um, sincerely. I don't know what it is about you or the two of us that just brings out a level of joy and stupid in me that and has since we were in our 20s. I often think back there because there's video of it, and I only know that because, right, of course, we were with a clique that would video everything, and
mhm.
there was a video of around the time of D'Angelo's first record, I think.
Oh yeah.
Uh, the two of us just body jacking to that joint. And we both had on the ugliest, serious face about that shit. Boy, I just like you smell something wrong up in that room. Just funk. And the second I just even seeing the two of us goofing and dancing and partying like that, I was like, that's my girl. Y'all don't even know. That's my girl.
I think one of the things that is always I have always loved your smile, and I've always thought you have one of the brightest, most like it's like sunlight when you smile. And so like, when I see it, it just evokes this like joy in me. I was like, I'm so happy. Look at it. And your teeth are nice. And, oh my God. Half in the front. And, oh my God. I just love the smile. So it's like, I want to see it. I want to see it.
Will you evoke it?
I'm mistaken. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Tell me.
Because I was really deep into astrology at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember you telling me that you have a Venus in Scorpio. I think you told me that. I don't.
Facts on facts. Facts on facts.
And so I am a Scorpio, and I have many planets in Scorpio. So I think it also is one of those things where game recognized game.
Listen now. Listen now, tribes
And
folk.
it's like, that placement is a very we're supposed to have difficulty in love
Mm.
because it's quote unquote not a natural placement for Venus. It's a rough it's a rough placement for Venus. And you just like, you know,
so you're just gonna come out, gonna come out and read me? Is that what's gonna happen right now? You're just gonna come out here reading me?
My Venus is in Scorpio, so I'm like,
Yeah.
child, look, has been a rough road. Oh, okay.
See, this part of the talk, 25 years ago, had we had this part of the talk, I just so I knew. So I knew, and so I could warn others. Do you know what I mean? So it could be like a fair game all the way around. Do you know what I'm saying? Run away.
I mean, I'm very
God.
I'm very niche. Like if you're into me, you're a niche person. You're not like regular ass. No, you're not gonna be no regular ass person. You're looking for something that was hard to find.
I'll tell you what. I was gonna address it later, but I'm gonna say it now because the look of niche is not just the look of what you're about, the look of what this is about. There was some joker. I'm gonna bring him on the screen. I'm gonna take you off of it when I put his stupid ass comment on here. Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
I can see.
Hold on one second. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna be here by myself for a second while I put. Remember when we were singing "Danny Boy" at the top of the show? Yeah, here go thing from Danny asking what was we talking, and then he started talking. See little white Danny there talking, doing verbal and like vocal blackface situation or popping. And then the reason that you on the YouTubes won't be seeing any of the other comments that Danny left is because then he slid into the just mind-numbingly ridiculous anti-feminist and misogynistic trolling that led to his being blocked. Because here's the thing that you have to understand is that you can't possibly troll me hard enough or my friends to ever make me do what you want. Nothing makes me sicker than white joy. And in fact, when it is dispensed with, it's what brightens my smile and makes it so beautiful, and the one that Tiff enjoys looking at. So now I'm going to bring my friend back, and now I will have a smoke on the way out because it's not for you. Fuckhole. Get off my page. You're a visitor. You don't even go to school here, Roger. You got no letter jacket? What the fuck are you even? How'd you get here? Do your mama know you here? Are you registered?
Why you make me joke?
You need to take your little white ass to the registration office. I don't know what you thought this was. You got confused. I don't know. I think your school over across the street. I don't think this your school.
This ain't your school, right?
This the school. This is Xavier's school for special gifted children. This is not the school for the dullards. I don't know. I don't have directions to Joshua. Do you know how to get to Sesame Street? You don't have Sesame Street directions? I don't know, this Muppet ass nigga over here on the page. Huh? No, I'm not called that white boy nigga. I heard myself. Oh, white nigga. That's not a thing. I don't know what that is. I just got me upset. You got me flustered.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but if I did, it might be K-Fed. That's all I'm saying. Free Britney, bitch. Bobozow! Um. Bobozow!
Like you so stupid.
Bobozow! Stop it! Okay. Stop, Joshua. Stop. We have to
You
close.
got it. You got it.
Okay. Tiff,
Yes.
thank you so much for being here and for your vulnerability and for your love. And I could talk to you forever, but they're telling me that we are well over an hour now. We've been having such a good time.
If y'all don't wrap this shit up,
We having a good time. Listen,
that's what I'm talking about with y'all.
you and you, we ain't got no sponsors. Shut up. No, fuck him. He ain't a patron. He just cruising around YouTube. I'm glad for. Thank you, algorithm. Send it to your haters. Hey, Tiffany, where can the people find you?
They can find me.
I didn't say this before. I'm sorry. That's not fair. I just jumped to that. And now you got to look for it. Do you know it off the top of your head? Because I always have to look mine up.
What are you talking about?
All your socials and all your stuff. Do you just know?
Just on Facebook, Tiffany Golden.
Okay.
But find the one that looks like me because I have a cousin who's really awesome. Her name is also Tiffany Golden. I have two cousins named Tiffany Golden, and then there's another Tiffany Golden. But she's white, so you'll know that one's not me. But the other two, I'm the oldest of us all. I'm the first Tiffany Golden in the family.
Look it, black don't crack, so that don't help necessarily.
Just look for the classic Tiffany Golden nose and lips situation.
That's it. And for our white viewers, look for
this
while
right.
we don't crack, you might find along with those dimples a wonderful Morgan Freeman freckle or two, because that does happen. And
you will find a Morgan Freeman freckle. Mr. Sims, I have a freckle.
Right? What the first fucking freckle, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? What is freckles on my nose about? Where's this from?
I get moles on my neck.
Fuck, you get, oh, do you?
You know,
I got a big ass. I'll show you. Okay, no, it's too much. I got a big one on the back of my head though. My brother was like, "Ooh, look, it's a liver spot." I was like, "Look, little motherfucker, that freckle been there forever," which I know because Daddy gave me a shitty ass haircut in high school one time, and the shit got exposed, and it was there then. It's not a liver spot, little motherfucker. I think my brother said that shit. I think that one a liver spot. I think that one a liver spot. I think that one's a liver spot. I think that one's a liver spot. No, I ain't talking about my mother that way. No way. No.
Okay, I was just making sure because I can't condone that.
Yeah.
But your brother, okay.
Yeah, the brother. All right. Hey, I'm showing Tiffany Golden smiling. I am showing you a comment from Kristen letting us know there's a lot of Tiffany Goldens out there, but you see the one. It's already been searched. We know who it is. That's my dear friend. Please, one more time for spending a little bit of time beneath the philosopher's tree. Give up a little bit of that applause for the one, the only one that matters. No, except for the cousin. You matter too. You matter too, boo-boo.
Thank you. That's my family.
Tiffany Golden.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, my love. Thank you. That's my friend. My friend might decide to stay and hang out while we just wrap this up. I don't know. We'll see. People do different things. Okay, good. You know what? It's been a weird thing. But you know what it's been. The people who I had to go through. Yeah. Wait, hold on. I gotta bring you back because this is just dumb now. Now we're having a conversation without you there. So, sometime some of my friends, I have to go through their people to get on the calendar now. I can still call them. They're still my friends, but if I have to go through the people, then sometimes right after they gotta hang up. They gotta go. Cause yeah.
They got stuff.
Yeah, they got something else they got to go do. And then I'm sitting here, like, sometimes I say, thank you. And then they're hanging up, and then there's a Skype thing sitting there instead. It's just like, what unprofessional bullshit is this? Like,
Click my phone.
I know, right? Okay, all right, that was the after party. Here's another applause. That's Tiffany Golden. And now I'm telling you all the places and things you can find from me. Here's one. It's a record. It's an album. Why? Because music is one of the many things I do. Because that's because we look for places to find acceptance, and I found mine through here. And this is with the band Wallace. Please check us out. The album is "And We Ride." You can find it on Bandcamp. It's pretty badass, if I do say so myself. And now we are at the outro. This is it, where I say things like this. Thank you for spending time with Smoke and Mirrors. Hey, if you like the things we do, you can check us out at the IG. That's Instagram. Pretty sure that our friend from earlier won't be checking us out there. Danny probably won't see you there, but everybody else, you can see us at the Instagram at Smoke and Mirrors CCB. That's for comedy, culture, and blackness. That's what we do here. That's what we do here. Twitter, do you want to see some of my words fresh off the dome and written with my fingers or my mouth? I'm not telling. That's Twitter at Caballo Negrito. Twitter at Caballo Negrito for the monolingual amongst you. Caballo Negrito translates directly to white Dannies are trolls. White Dannies are trolls. Twitter at Caballo Negrito. Hey, do you have a thought? Do you have a question? Do you have a comment about anything that we say and have said here? Say and do say and have will say? What the fuck kind of sentence was that? Oh, Jesus. I don't know. If you have a guest suggestion or something to write to us, write it to us at, I guess, at Smoke and Mirrors CCB, Comedy, Culture, and Blackness, Smoke and Mirrors CCB at gmail.com. This right here, this is a thing that I will defend to the hilt. Why? Because my friends are here, and it is most executively produced by the one and only Tracy Tatamy. This is also produced and hosted by myself, Carlos Karim Wyndham. Hey, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Wear 2 masks when you go out. Get a vaccine if you're able. Come back in. Hug the ones you love. And take care of yourself. Why? Because we love you. And we would love to see you back here with us next time, which will be Thursday. And until then, I think we did a show. Okay. Bye-bye. Tiffany gonna come up in here talking about my Venus rising in the Scorpio shit. What the fuck? I mean, that's my girl, but damn. That shit cut close to the bone.